Hi, and we're back. The TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouth to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, mercy, care, and consideration watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. What's going on today? What's going on? The energy. Okay, so in my previous reading, it was already a long reading, but midway, this lengthy message card popped out, and then behind it we had a tarot reader and a psychopathic, sociopathic, or lacking dopamine, a mental patient, vibe that kind of threw itself in there. And I already said, I was like, yeah, we're not tapping into this right now. We're going to go into a separate reading to understand why, this is important. But I will add that reading to this point in the video or the end of the reading so that you can understand where this storyline fits in the storyline that was being dealt with over there, okay? So, yeah. We have some kind of hidden information, right? So someone has the keys out here. Someone has the ability to unlock whatever deception, whatever manipulation they understand, okay? And what do they understand? That there is this significant lady, right, who is moving in a karmic light, and then this karmic lady who is attempting to move in a higher vibrational light, and they're at odds. Well, in order for these two cards to even match, one would have to be in the upright and the other would have to be in the reverse, identical to this. So let's say we have this lady card, right, in the upright, and this card in the reverse. These two will not fall out together. Okay? Why? Because this would be a younger, more immature individual moving in a karmic light, whereas this would be a more matured, elderly person who's had the fundamentals and everything moving in the highest vibrational light. Now, this can be energetic. This does not mean physical. Spiritually, this person has leveled up and ascended, whereas this person hasn't, and they're moving in their karmic cycles. Now, in the upright here and the reverse here, we're seeing that this person is moving in a light that is so negative. But they're seeing where that negativity is. They're understanding why it's negative. And the divine is kind of guiding them past the obstacles. Whereas this individual is kind of engaging in those same obstacles, knowing why it's bad, passing the test to no longer be a part of it, and kind of ascending past the idea of receiving karma, in a sense, right? And I'm not talking about light karma. I'm talking about heavy chaos and trauma and PTSD. This energy in the upright doesn't receive that often. They may receive a little bit of this, a little bit of there. And yes, I'm not this and that, a little bit of this and a little bit of there, completely different things that keeps them on their toes, but it's not huge things. It's things that they are required to do to help them learn so that they can teach others. Not lessons for them to catch a grip, okay? But in the reverse here, we're seeing that there has to be an alignment between these two ladies. And in order for that alignment to happen, the significant lady has to act in a more karmic light, removing that graceful, humble nature to them. And this karmic individual has to pick up that graceful, humble nature in order to be within frequency to even speak to someone who's ascended. Now, why have they ascended? Because they've unlocked the keys. They understand the information of the world and the information of their own life and have passed the test to move on, right? They don't want to perpetuate the folly. Okay, now because they have all these hidden secrets, they're all about lessons, and maybe one of their divine tasks here in the 3D is being living karma. 33 is recognizing the divine in the 3D format. Okay, And usually the divine will show up in times of chaos or turmoil. So if that's the case, that means that this significant lady has ascended so high that she acts as karma. So because she acts as karma, she has to reverse her energy. She can't always be in the high vibrational light of true ascension. She has to kind of mirror those that need to move into the light. Because naturally, if you are light, people are going to look up to you. People are going to pay attention to you, whether or not they agree with you, because you might aggravate their demons. They're still paying attention to you. So because you need to move in this light, you can't be in a way that would repel them. And you being so high vibrational and stuff, it's going to push them away because they can't match it. They can't touch it. But you kind of reflecting what they do, they're kind of going to interact, because they're going to see like, oh, there's something about you that kind of mirrors me. But there's a light. There's something more there that is drawing me in. And that's how you can draw a moth into a flame. What are you doing there? You're taking a moth, which is a symbol of an enemy. It's a symbol of negativity. It's a symbol of deception. It's a symbol of like a snake. But a snake that doesn't have much power. They can't do anything. They just reside in the category of enemy. And you move them to the light to shift their own perspective so that they no longer are moving in that energy. So that's what you're doing here. You're taking this energy by you moving in a less chosen light, because you know the secrets of the world and you're acting as karma. You're drawing in unsuspecting moths to the light, to the lengthy message of the divine. Okay? Now you could do that by being a tarot card reader, because that's what I'm sensing now. Or you can do this by acting sociopathic or psychopathic. Why? Because it mirrors the energies that you need to transmute. So, prime example. If you've never had steak before, how can you tell me about steak? There's no possible way. You can't tell me about steak. You've never had it. You can't tell me about the texture. You can't tell me about how to cook it. You can't order it. You don't know anything about it. Okay? So, if you move in this positive energy, how can you tell this person about anything? You can't. You have to move in the energy that they are so you can speak their language. So you can order the steak the way that they would order a steak, because they eat it and you don't. But in order for you to go out and have steak for the first time and feel comfortable, you're doing a little bit more research on your part, so that when you're out there, you're not misaligned with this other energy. You're out there with a little bit of prerequisite knowledge, and they can offer a little bit more. So there's an overall comfort in frequency, even though there's still misalignment. But there's more comfort in the frequency so that they can be in the same area. All right? It's the difference between like magnets that repel each other and magnets that attract each other. These are magnets that would attract each other. Okay? For there to be a lengthy message, a lesson learned, instead of both of these cards being reversed. Okay, so now we have these down here. Well, someone's at a crossroads that's no longer a crossroads. What does that mean? The decision has been made for you. There's no other option. That's most likely the divine chosen message, divine chosen energy, and that's the reason why we have this 33 on the board. Okay, the crossroad is trust in the divine, trust that things are going to work out for you, trust that, you know, whatever path that you're on is going to be the best. Yeah, cut that out. That's not what's going to happen anymore. Now the only trust that you have is 77. That's what we can see by this 22 in reverse here at the bottom. 77, which is you need to pay more attention to the spiritual. You need to see what the spiritual is telling you, what you're negligent on, and what you need to do to move forward in a way that's going to help you move through life. Because right now, your spiritual is so decayed that the 3D is not even blessing you anymore. Okay? That's where this crossroads is at its own crossroads. Okay, there's only one path, and the path says dead end. Okay, why? Because there's a romance here. There's a love. Now, this could be self-love. This could be a love between a child and a parent, children, the family member, a co-worker. I mean, and when I mean a co-worker, I mean like acquaintance love type of thing. But like, this just means like there's some kind of love being pushed in action. It's not necessarily in feeling. Now, in order for you to push it in action, you must feel it. But we're not just talking about feeling. We're talking about, you can see the proof. The proof is in the pudding. There's action here. Okay, so there's a dead end because there's action behind love here. All right, the 9 is endings, but it's short endings. It's very quick. Okay, there's not much choice. It's going to happen because of the love. This new beginning that maybe this energy over here, this more karmic energy, was kind of moving to, where there was like a stork. So, okay, new beginning and pregnancy, birthing something, creating something, offering new, putting things together and shifting the paradigm, shifting a concept, shifting a way of life. Okay, that is at a halt, is at a standstill. It's not happening anymore because there's a crossroads here with love and action. And in order for these to even be here, there has to be some kind of tenuous connection between them. Okay, so this energy is in frequency obviously to teach this energy something, and this energy is in frequency to embellish the teaching capabilities of this energy. But why do they even know each other? There's another energy that's in the middle, but that energy is not important. Just know that that energy is what's separating them. These cards are not touching. It's what's separating them. Okay, the only communication that could be between these two individuals, even with this frequency shift, is a lengthy message, maybe on a phone cell, a text message, a call, an email, something like that. Okay, maybe a voicemail, because I see listen closely, so maybe a voicemail or something like that. Okay, that's the only communication that's between them. That's the only alignment that could be between them. And it's only because of some kind of dead end or the lack of crossroads, lack of decision making. There's one set decision, you're sticking to it type of thing, with an action and love, and a beginning that already commenced that faltered and didn't work out, for it to fully be eradicated. Okay? And this person over here is receiving bad luck in this endeavor. Why? Now we see this energy in the middle. We can tether this to these two cards. There's some kind of deception, and we can, was I supposed to take him? Okay, all right. So there was some kind of manipulation and deception here that stopped some kind of travel, stopped some kind of trip. Now, the deception and manipulation was on the part of the chosen, was on the part of the karmic. Okay, so the karmic offered a lengthy message on a phone or cell that thwarted some kind of travel in order to manipulate the crossroads over here and the love. Did it manipulate it? No. It just showed that this energy is sociopathic or psychopathic. And so this energy is seeking out tarot card readers, is watching videos in order to understand what they need to do to, what needs to be done, rather, not what they need to do, what needs to be done in order for their manipulation to work, right? The manipulation of this third party that's here to maybe travel away from this ascended party. But this ascended party now knows that they need to not act as chosen. They have to act more sociopathic and psychopathic in order to kind of shift the paradigm. And that's why we used paradigm earlier, to shift the paradigm so that the tarot readers can't really access the proper energy. So let's say, right now that we see this, the manipulation and deception is this karmic energy. Oh, confirmation. See, okay, we get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so, yep, we get into the nitty gritty. Ready? this karmic individual is looking at this chosen energy, right? And it's not really looking at them in a positive gaze. It's kind of staring at them, right? And it's like, oh, I have the right idea. I'm going to get tarot readings on this energy. I'm going to learn what this energy does and how they show up, so that this energy can show up in that same light. And in them showing up in that light, they're going to snatch the new beginning and that is being created, birthed for this energy, and the luckiness. Because realize, if this energy is looking at their hand, right, their cards, they're looking at a new beginning, pregnancy, and positive luck. But they're backwards, they're karmic. So they're not being seen, they're not seeing it in the right light. The divine chosen energy, being the reverse over here, is seeing things in the divine light, because the divine light is both positive and negative. With them being the ascended card in the reverse, they're showing that they are aligning with both yin and yang. They're both positive and negative, being the balance here in the situation. Understanding with the universe, the keys. Understanding the keys, okay? Now, from their standpoint, what are they looking at? They're seeing the cards how we're seeing the cards. That there's no choice in the matter here. They're moving with love. There's endings that need to take place, and it's done. This karmic is seeing things in reverse. They're seeing that maybe they can steal the light of this chosen and get this new beginning. But we all can see the manipulation and deception that is here. The lack of travel. The lack of wanting this third party to move to this chosen and divine light, and for this chosen divine light to be able to move, and not a sociopathic or psychopathic light. Because with most sociopaths, they know what they're doing, right? With most psychopaths, they know what they're doing. So for someone who has elevated, doesn't do wrong, doesn't do bad things because they know how terrible it is, then the divine calls them to be someone else's karma. Now they have to willingly do something wrong while still understanding how wrong it is, and then do the cleanup work after. It's kind of deranged. It is. It's kind of psychopathic. But it is divinely guided, to where this other individual will not take the personality of the chosen, but learn and see where they were wrong themselves and showing up in the light. Because they realize that the chosen person, all the tarot card readings, is reflecting the energy of the karmic. It's not reflecting the energy of the chosen. The karmic's like, wait, I do that. Wait, I do that. Wait, I do that. How is the chosen energy doing it? And the chosen energy is like, I'm only doing this so that you can see what you're doing. I'm only doing this so you can see what you're doing. And then now the karmic is like, well, if everyone's doing it and this is how terrible these readers are speaking on it, I must need to remove myself from that, so that I don't feel attacked when I'm trying to get information about somebody else. So them kind of moving in a sociopathic, psychopathic light in general, and we'll call it light because they're doing it with a smile on their face, trying to bring positivity to people, but the intention is negative, so it's not fully positivity. They're in the upright though, so it's doing something positive. We can see that there's some kind of light attached to it, but it's only because it's mirroring the light of the chosen. If the chosen was not present, this energy would be fully karmic. But here we go, the chosen energy acting as a divine savior, showing the karmic energy what they're doing that is pushing people away, so that they can stop doing it and get that love that they feel that they have inside externally. This way it can reflect properly. But this only comes with allowing the chosen to manipulate the situation instead of what was intended, which would be the karmic manipulating the chosen to give her all the positive things that she's doing in life or something. I don't, like a Freaky Friday type of thing. Like, that was the intention here for this party. But now we see that it's divinely orchestrated. There's a mirroring effect here. If this is what the energy is intending, the universe said, well, we're going to thwart your plans because the intention is not positive. We're going to give those exact plans to someone who can push positivity so that both energies can be transmuted for the better. And if both energies are transmuted for the better, they're transmuting other like energies. These are just the most powerful energies that have to deal with this. So this person might be a super high freaking frequency. Amazing. While this one's frequency is super freaking low. They need to get it together. And then there's other people in the world who have, kind of high frequency. And they have to deal with someone who has a kind of low frequency. Or people dealing with neutral ground. At the end of the day, it's sandwiched in between so that they can easily get the upgrades from these two parties going through this huge chaotic situation. Okay? So let's see. Is there anything more we need to know here? No. We've reached our end point. Okay, just like this path over here. Yeah. And what do we figure here? Is the karmic lady doing what they need to do? Okay. So I see some hope here. So along with hope, we're going to have faith, and we're going to push positivity to both parties here so that the alignment can be where this energy is fully in the upright, and then this karmic energy that is moving in the upright can be over here having its divine tests away from this energy so that they can eventually come back and be just like the energy, and everyone's moving in this divine energy with all the divine light and all the divine awesomeness that's attached to it. But it only comes from learning the lesson and moving out of the karmic light. Okay? So I wish us the best. Oh, it made my stomach hurt. See, the alignment is not even right. Okay, I wish us the best. I wish us healing and hopefully a better message the next time I tap into these cards. Okay, I'll see you soon. Until the next.